गुड मॉर्निंग, माय नेम इज़ सौरभ मीना। अभी रिसेंटली सिविल सर्विसेज 2023 के रिजल्ट्स डिक्लेयर हुए थे एंड फ्यू डेज बैक यूपीएससी ने इसके कट ऑफ भी रिलीज़ कर दिए हैं। आई रिमेंबर अर्लियर इन वन ऑफ माई वीडियोज आई हैड प्रेडिक्टेड द कट ऑफ could be between 66 and 70. However, in my later video, I had even said that because of randomness, it will be very difficult to predict. एंड काफ़ी लोग मुझसे खफा थे दैट कट ऑफ बहुत ज़्यादा जाएगी। अनफॉर्चुनेटली ऐसा नहीं था। I know I am not correct. I know I was wrong. Cut off went 75 marks. I was not expecting it to go more than 72. But the good thing is we must thank UPSC for releasing the results very soon. And this time, hopefully, the answer keys will be released before the onset of the next exam. So that's a good thing. Hats off to UPSC. अभी रिसेंटली एक स्टेटमेंट आया था श्री संजीव सान्याल जी का, and I couldn't help myself but pay attention to his comment that UPSC is a waste of time and large parts of bureaucracy are dull and boring according to him. So जिनको पता नहीं है, श्री संजीव सान्याल जी is a Prime Minister Economic Advisory Council member. Now उन्होंने कहा कि that if you must dream, you should dream to be Elon Musk or Mukesh Ambani. Why do you even dream to be a joint secretary? You need to think about how a society thinks about risk taking and scale and so on. I think way too many young kids who have so much energy are wasting their time trying to crack UPSC. I'm not saying that you don't want people to take the exam. Yes, every country needs a bureaucracy, that's perfectly fine. But I think lakhs of people spending their best years trying to crack an exam where a tiny number of few thousand people actually are going to get in makes no sense. If they put in the same energy into doing something else, we would be winning more Olympic gold medals. We will see better movies, better doctors, more entrepreneurs, more scientists, and so on. I would say it's a waste of time. And I always discourage people, unless they really want to be an administrator, they shouldn't take the UPSC exam. Many of them after having gone through it, they get frustrated through the course of their career. Okay, according to him. In the end, life and bureaucracy is not meant for everybody, and large parts of it are largely dull and boring about passing files up and down. Unless you really wanted to do it, you're not going to be particularly happy with it. I don't totally agree with it. I think it's partially true, but not completely true. See, what happens is, over here when we look at this, that lakhs of people are spending their best years trying to crack an exam. I think this is quite true. Every year, lakhs of people are appearing for the exam, and out of those lakhs, around 10,000 to 11,000 candidates write mains. And out of those mains, around 2,200 to 2,500 candidates appear for interview. And out of them, 800 to 1,000 get selected. Now, see, for those 800 to 1,000 who got selected, it's not a waste of time. Even apart from that, those who are not able to clear UPSC, out of those last batch of 2,500 candidates who appeared for interview, around 50 to 100 candidates out of those, they get placed in other government jobs. Some some end up entering in the Sports Authority of India. Some people clear SSC or banks, so they're able to get at least 50 to 100 of them. And say around 1,100 got some job, and apart from that, the remaining 1,200 to 1,400 candidates, they have two options. Either they go into teaching line, or some of them, they are not able to get any job. So for them and for those lakhs of candidates who are not able to clear this exam, it actually goes to waste if they're not doing anything. If they're teaching other candidates, then good enough. They will be productive, they will be helpful for the country's economy. But if they are not getting any other job, then it becomes difficult for them. जिनका नहीं होता उनके लिए it's a waste of time, energy and their attempts. And जितना बड़ा waste ही candidates के लिए, I think the bigger waste it is of the nation. When you see that आपका demographic dividend इतना ज़्यादा है, and still lakhs of candidates are spending years on years trying to pursue government jobs. It's a loss of the nation, not just those candidates. ये nation का loss है. Now I think this is something where we need to ponder, and we need to find a way so that जो lakhs of students का जो best prime years of their life है, that could be utilized in nation building. So I'm definitely saying that UPSC requires reforms. I think this is the biggest problem. आप देखिए कि जो कैंडिडेट का कहीं इंटरव्यू देने के बाद भी अगर नहीं होता क्लियर, उन लोगों को यूपीएससी दूसरी जॉब एग्जाम्स में भी नहीं ऑप्शन दे रही है. UPSC conducts other exams like Labor Commissioner, Assistant Provident Fund Commissioner and whatnot, administrative officers in BRO and so many other government departments. एटलीस्ट जो लोग इंटरव्यू दे के जिनका नहीं होता, सिविल सर्विसेज का इंटरव्यू देने के बाद जिनका सिविल सर्विसेज में नहीं होता, दे शुड गेट एन ऑप्शन और दे शुड गेट अ वाइल्ड कार्ड एंट्री फॉर अपियरिंग इन अदर इंटरव्यूज़, सो दैट वो कैंडिडेट का जो मेहनत है उसका इंटेलेक्चुअल बेनिफिट जो कंट्री को मिल सकता है उसका लॉस ना हो. That is not an opportunity that is wasted. But at the same time, I also disagree with some of the things which he has said. That many of them they get frustrated through the course of the career. I think frustration हर किसी को होगा. अब सानियाल जी शायद कुछ टर्म्स के लिए ही इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजरी काउंसिल में है ना, तो उनके लिए तो दिस इज not frustrating, but when you are doing a job for more than 20 years down the line, after a point of time people get frustrated in every career. And when he says that large parts of it are largely dull and boring, I think is wrong, because when in bureaucracy mein, if you are only thinking about the work in the ministries, it could be boring, but he is not looking to the work which the administrators do at the field level. It is highly dynamic, highly challenging, and it's not at all dull and boring. One has to be on the toes all the time. I am sure जो भी IAS officers या IPS officers जो field में होंगे, they would be able to relate to it, that how much challenging it is. So it's not dull and boring at all. So some part of it is wrong, some part of it is correct, and in my opinion it's a loss of the country and we need to find ways of reforming the system. Thank you.